Across our nation, countless pets sit silently in shelters, each one waiting for a miracle. These shelters, overwhelmed and overflowing, are filled with pets deserving of a second chance. This is exactly why we've partnered with PetSmart Charities for an unprecedented journey. 30 shelters in 30 days.
For 30 years now, PetSmart Charities has been the leading funder of animal welfare in communities across North America. With their support, close to 11 million pets have found their loving families, and nearly 4,000 adoption partners have received support nationwide. Eric and I's mission on this trip is to cast a spotlight on these incredible animals, tell their story, and rally to get as many dogs adopted during PetSmart Charities National Adoption Week. Who's with us? Hey Eric, update us.
We are headed to the airport right now. We are on our way to Arizona to meet everybody over at the PetSmart Charities headquarters. We're super excited. 4 shelters tomorrow, and then we're doing a total of 10 shelters through our whole entire Arizona trip. It's beautiful out here, Joe.
Beautiful.
We're in Arizona, man.
Now that we got to Arizona, we were ready to get to our first shelter, Maricopa County. Each shelter visit was comprised of a couple of things. First, we would go on a quick tour with the staff to check out different areas of the shelter and learn a little bit more about how they operate. Next, we would take out a couple of dogs that were up for adoption to spotlight in our content. Our main focus was to prioritize dogs that had been there the longest. After our first shelter visit, we were eager to visit the other places that we had scheduled.
Halo Animal Rescue, everybody.
Halo Animal Rescue was a wonderful surprise. The shelter building was relatively small, so we got to meet some pets early on. Our next step was getting ready for the transport. Halo Animal Rescue frequently sends pets to the local PetSmart, where inside there is a PetSmart Charities Everyday Adoption Center. Let's go ahead and follow Toby as he gets transported to the local PetSmart. So there's a bunch of kennel space in here. Let's go around and show you guys what it looks like. I'm seeing here. Play area. A lot of space for me to go play. You can see right here. Oh, here's a meet and greet area. If you want to adopt, you can come in here, meet the dog before. There's some more kennel space. That's the whole center.
Yes, we got food and a diner.
Good.
To get some energy back before we head over to another shelter.
Puppy love was exactly what it sounds like. As soon as we walked in, there were puppies everywhere. Puppy Love has many different locations across the US, and they keep all their dogs until they get adopted. Eric and I were so distracted, there was a point for about 30 minutes where we didn't talk because we were playing with the pups. We were astounded by Arizona Animal Welfare League. They live up to their official motto of whatever it takes. With a large vet clinic, foster program, and over 1,000 volunteers, their impact is so large, they are able to adopt out 4,000 pets a year. All right, so these are the January adoptions. Actually, we got Hero, Ritz, Penguin, Kiva, Cheetah, Waldo, PB, Honey, Paige, Zahara.
This is Laszlo. He's about 2 months old. So he was brought in by one of our volunteers after someone found him. Yeah, Laszlo's in foster with our last. We have a pretty robust foster program as well. We have over 200 active fosters.
We also had the privilege of meeting Bob. Bob has been a volunteer at AAWL for 28 years and has not asked for a single penny. Volunteers like Bob inspire us to continue doing the work that we do. That night, we decided to do a sleepover with Natara, a very calm, beautiful hound chihuahua mix. One-day sleepovers can actually be really beneficial. Sleepovers increase adoptability by 15 times according to a recent study. By having a sleepover, we can get more information about the dog, such as whether they are trained, housebroken, etc. Research shows us that when dogs go on sleepovers, their cortisol levels drop. When dogs go back into the shelter, they return to the level that they were previously at, but they do not exceed those levels. In other words, sleepovers are a break from the stress of the shelter. Natara was a great example of this. One of the things Eric and I vividly recall is that Natara slept super soundly throughout the night. It was very difficult to give her back, but we knew we were doing a good thing. Our next stop was Arizona Humane Society, which ended up turning out to be the biggest shelter we visited on our entire trip. With the new opening of their second campus, Arizona Humane Society will be able to service even more adoptable pets. Their impact is profound. And thanks to the donations made by PetSmart Charities, they're able to continue doing amazing work.
All right, everybody, if you have never been to a cafe where there are cats just hanging around, then you've got to put it on your bucket list, because not only is this the biggest stress reliever out there, but it's also an amazing opportunity to adopt one of these little guys. Such an amazing PetSmart Charities partnership, so be sure to go check it out in Phoenix, Arizona.
Done with all the shelters for Arizona.
We visited 10 shelters all together in Arizona, and it was super successful. We had a great time. Everybody was super nice. All the animals were amazing, super well behaved. We're really sad to go, but we're moving on to Illinois next stop, and then we're going to go over to Green Bay, Wisconsin. And after Wisconsin, we're going over to Houston, Texas.
The cool thing about One Tail at a Time is that they're a foster. They're mainly a foster organization. They foster 150 to 170 dogs. Here's a little bit of the shelter. Some of the kennels, and you can see we just met Henry over here. Come take a look. Hey.
Henry's like the most adorable.
I love
so
Henry.
Playful.
After checking out the shelter, we got to meet some amazing dogs. The highlight was Frankenstein, a 1-year-old large Doberman mix. He was taken in by Chicago Animal Care Control and awaits his new home. He loved his toy box. After One Tail at a Time, we hopped on over to Anti-Cruelty Society. They have been around for over 100 years. They started off helping us humans and eventually pivoted to animal welfare. They have an abundance of community education programs. While we were taking the tour, we even had a school stop by. Nonetheless, we got to take out some long-timers at the shelter. Sammy, a 9-year-old couch potato, stole our hearts. He's been at the shelter for several months. What's up, guys? We are here at South Suburban Humane Society. South Suburban Humane had a bunch of amazing animals, but nothing struck our hearts quite like Genesis did. Genesis, 7 years old, was taken into the shelter by Animal Care Control. She had a beat-up eye, and we didn't know why. We spent about 15 minutes with her out in the yard to show her some love.
Good girl.
What's up, everybody? We're in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're on the road right now, having a good time, listening to some good music. We're about to head to our hotel, and tomorrow we're going to visit a shelter. I'm super excited for it. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So stay tuned.
After a short 2-hour drive, we re-energized and found ourselves cuddling and playing with some more pets at Wisconsin Humane Society of Green Bay. Another special partnership with PetSmart Charities helps countless animals find new beginnings. Here they are transporting some cats that will get adopted within the next week.
We're bringing awareness to shelter dogs across America. We're trying to reach our goal, PetSmart Charities' goal of reaching 11 million dogs adopted. We're super excited. And it's kind of scary to walk backwards going forward. Not gonna lie.
Our first shelter in Texas left us with an amazing impression. Williamson County Animal Shelter brings their pets to 3 different PetSmart locations. This gives them much more space, allowing them to take in more pets than the normal capacity. The city of Fort Worth was next. Their shelter was recently built, boasting 3 different large kennel buildings, each with an inside and outside area for the dogs. This setup allows the pets to escape the normal, noisy environment and have some time to run around outside, helping to reduce the stress of the shelter environment. We were astounded by their state-of-the-art vet clinic. Even more unique, they have a dedicated space in the clinic for dog moms with their puppies. Instead of being in a loud, noisy kennel, these moms are able to stay in a quiet, separated environment. Got some lunch? How we feeling, Eric?
Yeah, we're here at Austin Pets Alive, and we're gonna meet a lot of cool people and some dogs here. They're gonna give us a quick tour, and we're gonna see if we can take out 2 or 3 dogs and get to know them a little bit better.
My FPV team is actually at our other facilities up in Terrytown, but this is a lot of like.
Alright guys, I may be a little bit biased, but if you're ever in the Austin area, you have to check out Austin Pets Alive. As soon as you walk in, there's an energy. Everything about this shelter is so unique and so original. Austin Pets Alive takes in animals that are on the euthanasia list from other shelters and achieves a 98% save rate. Since 2008, they have saved over 120,000 pets. Eric and I will definitely be back here at some point. We are so grateful that they exist because without them, the heart of this cause would be missing.
I don't like being in the shelter.
At Operation Kindness, we met Dukin. He was at the shelter for several months, and we were confused why he was not adopted yet. Well, 2 weeks later, we got an email from the shelter saying that he's adopted. Congrats, Dukin. Shelters we visited were Texas Humane Heroes and Humane Society of North Texas. Texas Humane Heroes is situated on a large, quiet plot of land, providing an expansive environment where dogs can enjoy long walks. It was super cool to see such an open space dedicated to the shelter. Our visit to Humane Society of North Texas was brief, but nonetheless, we met a couple of wonderful dogs in need of homes. One of them, Doc, was incredibly energetic and happy, and he's hoping to find a loving family soon.
We're on the plane.
No, we're not on a plane, Joey.
We're in the hallway off the plane.
As you can tell, we're tired.
We really need to go to the bathroom.
But we just flew an hour.
If you didn't hear me the first time, we really need to go to the bathroom.
Hey everybody, today we are at Humane of Scott County, all the way in Iowa. We're gonna hop in and see some cute pets. We are on day, I don't even know what day. We've been to so many shelters and we've been having so much fun. Let's come in and check it out.
Yeah, we have black cats. 90% of our population we get in is just strays.
At this point, Joey and I are exhausted from traveling so much. The only problem is that we were just getting started on the second half of our trip, meaning that National Adoption Week was just around the corner. We were determined to push through and keep our energy high for all the pets. We headed into the dog area and found so many perfect pets, but we fell in love with Squeak, who just showed up 2 days ago, so we decided to take him out to the play yard.
Right now we're in the play yard taking a couple of dogs out for adoption. We've got Squeak coming. We're excited to play with them, excited to see what Squeak is all about. Here he comes. Look at him, he's excited.
This is Potato Wedge. He came in, emaciated, a stray. He's doing much better right now, as you could tell.
Oh my.
He's just a baby.
Just a baby.
I think we got lost.
Back roads in Iowa, on the way to Happy Tails Animal Shelter. This is kind of fun, guys. If you've never been to Iowa, this is Iowa. This is Iowa. All right, Joey, we made it. Happy Tails Dog Rescue. And I think what they do is an amazing thing for this county in Iowa. We're excited to see it. Looks like they have a little barn over here. I don't know if we should be parking down there or if we should
We'll just park up here.
Maybe we could park up on the hill.
When we walked in, we couldn't believe what we were seeing. Hundreds of cats all living together in their own house, and they all looked super happy.
But I don't know if you noticed his ear. He was an outside cat, but she had it pinned up, and he got his ear frostbitten.
Somebody gonna use your wheel?
He loved it.
This is JoJo.
As you could see, JoJo seems to be doing pretty well at Happy Tails, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't looking for a home. And now we're off to see where Happy Tails adopts all of their cats.
Here at PetSmart, we're gonna go to PetSmart Charities Adoption Center and Happy Tails Ranch and Rescue, the place that we were at earlier. They put all their cats here, so that's what we're doing here at PetSmart. So let's come and check it out.
He was a tomcat, so hence the big, cheeks and stuff. But he's just too sweet to be outside. He's so sweet.
Okay.
Oh, hello. Hello.
And so I scratched and oh my gosh, she was.
We're here at ARL Animal Rescue League of Iowa. We're about to go meet the staff, meet some team, meet some dogs. Let's get to it. Awkward.
Oh, here we go.
Hi.
We have, sorry for the ladder.
No, it's all right.
Only like one or two. We'll still have 50 cats available for adoption, but only like one or two here at Maine in this area.
There were so many wonderful dogs to choose from here at ARL. But as we walked through this door, we had the best surprise. There is no doubt that these 4 puppies would get adopted right away. Just outside, they had a new building that had the capacity to hold hundreds of cats. And because it wasn't kitten season, it was pretty much empty, which I guess is a good thing to see. We were so excited because we just got word that ARL was loading up their transport truck to bring a couple of pets over to their PetSmart store to get ready for National Adoption Week.
Just got out of the shelter ARL. They had a great facility there. It was super clean. But yeah, it was a great time. We got to see pigs, horses, dogs, cats, barn cats, guinea pigs, bunnies, humans, everything. Chicken, rooster, we got to see everything. It was super cool. We got our coffee in there. So we're gonna fuel up and get going.
And just like that, we're off again. But this time it's to Lexington, Kentucky, where we're throwing a surprise party for PetSmart Charities' 30th year anniversary. Once we got to the PetSmart store, we gathered up all of our supplies and party favors and got ready for the pets. Not only was PetSmart Charities celebrating 30 years, but they were also on the road to 11 million adoptions. To wrap up our little pet party, we handed out some new toys and some treats to all of our guests. All of these pets were transferred from Lexington Humane Society to the PetSmart store and are available for adoption. We didn't want this party to end, but we want you to meet some of our favorites at Paris Humane Society. As we walked around, we noticed that their shelter was extremely full. But because of this, Paws was so excited to get their pets some exposure online and hopefully empty out their shelter this National Adoption Week. This is where we met some of our favorites. When we were outside, we played fetch and tug of war with some of the pets.
Hello, we are at Scott County Humane Society. See what they're all about.
Scott County Humane Society reminded us a lot of the cat cafe that we went to in Phoenix, Arizona. There were so many adorable pets here to be adopted. We hopped on the plane because tomorrow is the first day of National Adoption Week, and it is the most important part of our journey. Throughout this next week, we're going to be traveling to multiple adoption events throughout Washington and even in Phoenix. This is what we've been waiting for, and we are so hopeful for pets nationwide to find their new beginnings. We are so grateful that PetSmart Charities makes these events possible for shelters nationwide. Because of National Adoption Week, thousands of pets are adopted within just a few days. And as the event came to an end, some of the puppies were super tired. At our next shelter, the Humane Rescue Alliance, we learned that in 1880 they were originally formed to help children. They also have a really cool humane education program and a field vet program. Here we met so many adorable adoptable pets, and we had to take one out. And this is where we met Iverson. He had the cutest, most adorable little dinosaur jacket on. And when we learned about his story, we were so confused as to why he wasn't being adopted. So we took him to the play yard and we played with him to see that he was the best dog ever. We wish we could have taken him home. Wolf Trap was the next shelter that we went to, and it definitely didn't feel like a shelter. Here was my little entourage as we toured the shelter and looked at their brand new facilities that they have for their veterinary clinic. And what's so amazing about Wolf Trap is they actually don't have a ton of in-house adoptable pets. Just like One Tail at a Time in Chicago, they have hundreds of fosters that come in. And while we were here, we even got to see a cat being fostered. This little guy was a shelter favorite, so it was hard to watch him go.
Hey guys, we're at Last Chance Animal Rescue. Excited to be here out in Virginia. It's starting to get warm, but yeah, and we'll get it going. Awesome.
I'm Cindy.
How's it going, Eric?
Today was a special delivery day for Last Chance Animal Rescue. 3 Shar-Pei puppies were rescued and adopted even before they came into the shelter to get their medicine.
Can we just like sleep out here or something?
Yeah.
We're in Delaware, Brandywine, SPCA. Let's go check it out, see what they're about. Yeah, getting kind of cold, so get ready for the Arizona heat.
Brandywine was one of the largest and the coolest shelters we had been to, and to say they knew what they were doing would be an understatement.
You're a chiller, aren't you?
One of our favorite things was to see their behavior group training in action. They put 5 to 10 dogs in a playgroup to learn and see how the dogs behaved around each other. This information was valuable to understand how to train them to boost their chances of getting adopted. As you can see here, one of the dogs was a bit uncomfortable, so they decided to pull her and put her in a smaller group. And just like that, we are on our way to Arizona for all of the National Adoption Week parties. We are so excited.
What's up guys? We're here at Pima PACC. We're gonna get going right away as we usually do, so let's do it.
You all happy?
Today at PACC was a special day for the dogs headed to the PetSmart stores for National Adoption Week. The dogs got all groomed and ready to go. It was so cool to see their moods change after they were all washed and ready to go. Now this is where we met Sabrina. Sabrina was a shelter favorite, but she was having trouble finding a home. Joey and I fell in love with her, and we decided to foster her for the night. After she was all cleaned up and ready to go, fostering gives so much valuable information to the shelter because you can truly see how they carry themselves outside of a shelter. And oftentimes this information greatly increases the chance of an adoption. When we took Sabrina home, we took her on plenty of walks, and we took her to get coffee at the local coffee shop and gave her freedom to roam around in the backyard.
We are back at PACC, and we are sad to say that we're bringing Sabrina back. She will be at the National Adoption Week event tomorrow, so be sure to check her out. We know she's a good household pet. We were with her for the night, and she was the sweetest dog ever.
We are on the last shelter of our 30 shelters in 30 days challenge. Honestly, I'm a bit sad that it's coming to an end.
The fact that PetSmart Charities gave us this opportunity to travel across the entire United States and visit all these different shelters and see all the cool things that they've done. It's been nothing but just a great experience for us to get to see the country and also, we've been able to spotlight so many amazing shelters and meet a bunch of super cool people.
Yeah, we've learned a ton about the culture and the dedication that people have in the shelter community. It's really unbelievable. All the animals are loved, they're well taken care of. Yeah, we're having a great time. So come follow us to our last shelter for PetSmart Charities. 30 shelters in 30 days. Let's go.
Do you mind if I film?
Are they going to PetSmart?
Are they going to the events today or
Yeah,
tomorrow?
today.
Cool.
Look at those faces.
Although this is our last shelter visit, we are thrilled to be ending it by joining Humane Society of Southern Arizona and more PetSmart Charities adoption partners at a massive National Adoption Week event occurring in Chandler, Arizona. We cannot wait because we are expecting a ton of adoptions to happen at this event.
Look at all the people who showed up. The cool thing about this is that every time a dog or a cat gets adopted, they ring a bell and then they announce it. And since we've been here for 10-15 minutes, we've already seen 3.
Okay, it seems for every dog we adopt out another cat. And so this little kitty is going home, and where's home? In Chandler. And congratulations. Congratulations.
Chihuahua, yeah.
Can I take a picture?
I know.
Is anyone?
Thank you. Look at this.
Really wonderful.
While this is the end of our journey, we encourage you to transform a pet's life and your own by adopting a pet at your local PetSmart store. And if you can't adopt, we hope we gave you some courage to volunteer at your local shelters or by fostering. A special thank you to all the hardworking shelters out there putting in countless hours to help shelter animals find a home. And of course, thank you to PetSmart Charities for being the sponsor for this whole series and by helping, drumroll please, a grand total of 19,416 pets find their next adventure. Remember, adopt, donate, volunteer, or foster at your local shelters today, and make sure to visit PetSmartCharities.org to learn more on how you can make an impact in your community today.
Overall, we just had an amazing experience.
we couldn't be more grateful that we were along on this journey and that you guys were able to see all of it.
You guys allowed us to be able to do this. You guys gave us overwhelming support. You guys are the ones who are sending our videos to your friends saying, hey, you should adopt this dog, or hey, you should go check out that shelter, or hey, you should go follow them. And that allows us to be able to tour with PetSmart Charities, to be able to visit these shelters, to be able to show you guys everything. So thank you for paying attention to us, giving us this.
Hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see more content.
Yeah, want to see more
Obviously,
content.
this is our first long form video. We want to hear your feedback. Go in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think, because this is the first of many. We want to create a bunch more long form content.
Guys, this was PetSmart Charities times Eric and Joey. 30 shelters in 30 days.
Around the US. Bam!
Bam! Boom!